What's up, everybody on a podcast now? I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about the Just Cause franchise and a statement that was made from, I believe, a co-founder of Avalanche Studios. Of course, they made Just Cause. Of course, they were making Contraband, and there was a little something there as well that I want to go over. But to make it very short in the beginning, if you're interested, it doesn't seem like we're getting another Just Cause. Now, remember, there were rumors that there was a Just Cause 5 at some point, somewhere, somewhen. Well, we know there, but it was in development, but it was canceled. So we've heard that before, and we're going to pick it up kind of from right there. So from Push Square, again, this is the co-founder of Avalanche Studios, Christopher Sundberg. Me and my team pitched Contraband back in 2017 to Microsoft and signed it. It's changed quite a lot since then, obviously, but it would have been fantastic to see it be released one day somehow. Just Cause 5 would be a no-go since extremely few from the original team are still there. And then the main quote in terms of doubling down on Just Cause, somebody asked him about it, as saying that they think that Just Cause 5 could save the studio, and this person disagrees, saying, I doubt it. They need to find the fire again, take risks, piss people off, and make games the rest said was impossible. I started Avalanche to break the mold, not fit into one. So doubling down definitely on that second quote. Over the last couple of days, we actually got, I'm not going to show it. I try not to show leaked pictures. Just I've gotten in trouble before for that. So honestly, that's kind of why PTSD. I'm not going to do it anymore. There were pictures of Contraband that were leaked online, kind of UI menu type stuff. I don't know. It didn't look, I guess I would say it looked fine. But to that comment about like trying to like basically start trends or set trends, not like join in on them, Contraband looked, even just from like a menu, like it was part of a group of 1,000 other games that we've gotten before. Obviously, you don't know for sure. Obviously, it's based off of like 5 pictures, so maybe you shouldn't even say it. Maybe take it with a grain of salt. But just to throw that out there, that Contraband did get pictures over the last couple of days that were leaked from development. So, in terms of the first comment, I would say maybe you don't want a Just Cause game coming from a studio that just came off of a, whatever just happened with Contraband. Plus, if almost nobody there has made a Just Cause game before, that's tough. I can only ever liken it back to Sly Cooper. I have to bring that up in every video. But like when Sucker Punch talks about 10% of their team being, a Sly fan, or they'd be pumped to make Sly because just there's not that many people left that made Sly Cooper in the first place, you do have to kind of juggle that in your head where it's like, all right, well, if almost nobody there, right, made a Just Cause game. And the thing is, I would say this, maybe even to add on to his point about, well, Just Cause 5 could save the studio. This could very well be one of those classic, I always say with Rocksteady, like, they made Just Cause, but when I say they, I mean the studio name. I don't, and that's, I think, something that so many people, forget about or just kind of say, well, they made Just Cause. Well, Avalanche made Just Cause, but Avalanche is an entity that's ever changing, in terms of the people in it. The people that made the Just Cause games that made that studio, solidified and safe, a studio that could actually, be a studio, live on. Those people are gone. So then you have to ask yourself, yes, Just Cause would be a very safe, I think, option for them to go back to. Whether that would get approved, whether a budget would go through, whether they'd even be given the chance to do it, whether somebody would pick it up. I think Square Enix, like all those things are obviously to be determined, right? But even if they all went through, let's say, it's still a studio that, yeah, Just Cause could save them, probably, potentially. But the studio themselves, the people that are in there, they've never even done it before. So it's not a guarantee. It's definitely not something where it's like, oh, well, just make a Just Cause game, you'll save your studio. That's definitely not the case. And then to the second comments, more of like a philosophy of the studio. I would say that kind of energy is probably something they have to, because, maybe even just jumping off of what I just said, the spirit of the studio hopefully is the same, and I'm trying to like read into what he was saying. The studio's spirit is the same thing, but the people are different. So if you're those people, you want to probably have that energy of let's do something new. Let's do our own thing, and all the things that they said. Like starting trends or not fitting into a mold, like just kind of doing your own thing. if that energy is still there, which you hope it is, even with different people, they're probably just going to do their own thing, or that's what you would want them to do. So I can understand it. I mean, I actually think all of it is very, very fair. Again, I think Just Cause is probably a very safe option for them to go back to if they want to stay around. They might have to. They might be forced to. Maybe they make a Just Cause 1 remake, something, I would say, quote unquote, easy, because those things can make a lot of money. They can take very little time. Just Cause can be kind of remodernized, for the modern crowd. Like, you could do it. You could absolutely do it. So maybe something like that to kind of get them into the Just Cause mood. But, if what he says, you take it at face value, it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing a Just Cause 5 anytime soon. Let me know what you think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.